What is going on, guys? Pat Damiano here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to do an exercise that is going to strengthen your legs, strengthen your core, and improve your balance. And that exercise is going to be the single arm, front rack, crossbody, Bulgarian split squat. Now the first thing we need to do with this exercise is make sure we have a nice, solid front rack position when we hold our kettlebell. So what we're going to be doing is not letting this gap exist. So we're going to flex our wrist or curl our wrist this way to make sure these knuckles are pointed towards the ceiling. Now the second thing we're going to do is bring this elbow in and down. So my elbow and forearm is against my ribs. This right here is the front rack position we need to be in to stay balanced and strong. I know this might not be the most comfortable thing in the world on your wrist and forearm, but it is something you can get used to, and it is the position that you need to be in to hold a kettlebell in a front rack in a safe, strong position. Now, after we get our front rack position down, we're actually going to push our kettlebell off to the side and just work on a straight up Bulgarian split squat to make sure we feel comfortable doing those. Now, as you can see here, I had this Bulgarian split squat stand. You can always put your foot up on a bench, a couch, a chair, or something. Now, if you don't have anything to put your foot up, you can do this exercise with your back foot on the ground. The whole concept is still going to stay the same, but if you have the opportunity to get your foot up onto something like this, that's going to be great. So here's what we're going to do to make sure we are in a nice, solid, and balanced Bulgarian split squat position. So what I tell people usually when they're starting out is we're going to start in this bottom position right here. So my knee is on the ground, my foot is up on the roller, and from right here, my shin in the front leg is basically vertical. People like to ask how far out should their foot be. Really, for the most part, it's going to be comfort as long as while you're doing it, you can keep this heel on the ground. Now, from this position, what I want you to do is just stand up and then come right back down and rest on the ground. If you're someone who struggles with balance in your Bulgarian split squats, this is a really good way to mitigate that. So again, we're just going to stand up, drop back down, and rest. So this way you're not trying to do a bunch of reps in a row and falling off balance. Now, another thing I want you to try and focus on if you are someone who struggles with the balance in your Bulgarian split squats, and really split squats and lunges in general, is imagine your front foot is a tripod. Your big toe, your pinky toe, and your heel, you're going to press those into the ground and almost try and grip the ground as you do your split squat. This is going to help you stay much more balanced and make sure that your foot is working, because at the end of the day, that is what is going to keep you grounded, well, to the ground. Now we're going to get into the final product in just a second, but before we do that, there is one more thing I need you to focus on when doing Bulgarian split squats or any single leg exercise again, and that is slow down. A lot of the times you are trying to get this exercise done too quick, and when you try and go too fast, you end up falling off balance. If you just slow down a little bit, take your time, you're not going to fall off balance, and you're going to end up finishing your set sooner than if you tried to rush through it and then fall off balance a bunch of reps. So please keep that in mind. And that balance thing is going to matter even more as we get into this final product, which is going to look like this. So let's get this kettlebell up into a nice solid front rack position. Remember, wrist flexed, knuckles towards the ceiling, elbow in and down. From there, I'm holding the kettlebell in my right arm. I'm going to kick my right leg back. Now from here, I'm just going to lower softly and relax for a sec, and then stand up. Drop down, relax, and then stand up. Now, as you start to feel more comfortable, you are going to just tap the ground and then make your way back up like so. Now, like I said, we need to make sure we're going nice and slow. This kettlebell is trying to pull you off to the side. Your lats and core are going to make sure that doesn't happen, and then this left leg is keeping you centered and balanced. So if you're someone who tends to fall off balance with single leg exercises, it's going to happen even more with this. That is the beauty of this exercise, why it's going to challenge your balance a little bit more, challenge your core stability, and of course, we're doing a split squat, so your legs are going to be getting stronger. So again, guys, we have a nice solid front rack position. The arm that's holding the kettlebell, that leg goes up. I go down nice and slow, treating my front foot like a tripod. Big toe gets pressed in the ground, pinky toe and heel. Nice solid position. I do my reps, I switch sides, then I rest, and then you are good. And that right there, guys, is going to be your single arm, front rack, crossbody, Bulgarian split squat. Now you would throw this exercise into the mix for a couple different reasons. The first one is, quite frankly, you do regular Bulgarian split squats all the time and you just want to switch it up and try a little bit of a different variation. The other reason is you want to strengthen your core a little bit. Yeah, your legs might not be getting as much work as if you were holding 2 kettlebells or dumbbells at your side or a barbell on your back, but your core is going to be fired up in a way doing this exercise that most other exercises aren't really going to do. Now, the third reason you might do this is that, quite frankly, you don't have access to heavy enough weights. And just holding regular dumbbells or kettlebells at your side isn't going to challenge you enough in a split squat unless you do like 12, 15, or 20 reps. And who the wants to do that? So this is going to add just a little bit of a different challenge and make your split squats a little tougher if you don't have heavy enough weights. I appreciate you guys sticking around. I hope you got some value out of that exercise. If you do give it a shot and you enjoy it, please let me know in the comments. And then when you're ready, you're going to click right there and learn your next kettlebell exercise.
Yeah.